The Oconee County Coroner's Office says one person was killed in a crash on I-85 this morning. The Highway Patrol says it happened just after 6 this morning on 85 South at exit 2. Troopers now say 5 vehicles were involved, including an 18-wheeler. Traffic was blocked on both sides of the interstate today. The coroner says Rafael Veloz was driving the sedan and died at the scene. We're glad you're with us here on 7 News at 5. We start with the breaking news update. The South Carolina Ethics Commission confirms it has found probable cause in several complaints filed against former Spartanburg County Sheriff Chuck Wright.
Our Scarlett Liz Jack breaks down the latest.
The South Carolina Ethics Commission is investigating 4 complaints against former Spartanburg County Sheriff Chuck Wright. The complaints accuse him of nepotism and misuse of public funds. The South Carolina Ethics Commission determined there is probable cause in 4 complaints against former Spartanburg County Sheriff Chuck Wright. 3 of the complaints accuse Wright of nepotism after his son was hired by the sheriff's office. Nick Duncan, a former Spartanburg County corporal who also recently ran for the vacated Spartanburg County sheriff's seat, filed one of the nepotism complaints. In the documents from July of 2024, Duncan accuses Wright of violating state ethics law during his time as sheriff. Another complaint filed by a different person cites a section of South Carolina ethics law which prohibits public officials from using their position to promote, transfer, or advance a family member to a role they oversee or manage. Duncan also filed a complaint accusing Wright of inappropriate use of a county-funded credit card. In the complaint, Duncan suggests Wright used taxpayer dollars for purchases that appear personal and referenced a newspaper article from September of 2024. It claims Wright spent $53,000 on a county credit card. In addition to the State Ethics Commission, Wright is under investigation by the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. SLED previously told 7 News they were looking into possible misconduct connected to the county credit card. The case status report shared by SLED in July shows the agency was looking into Wright's use of that card with statements spanning from 2018 to 2024. Wright resigned from his position on May 23rd after taking a nearly 2-month-long leave of absence. Reporting in Spartanburg County, Scarlett Liz Jack, 7 News.
Now, we have been checking in regularly with the State Law Enforcement Division to get updates on their investigation, and they've told us they continue to look into the case. We have not heard back from them today.
Coming up on 6:04, South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson announced more than $26 million in grants to help with crime victim services across the state. In Spartanburg Tuesday, Wilson said $7 million of that funding will go to upstate counties. It'll be awarded to private nonprofit organizations helping to fund police departments and others providing advocacy, shelters, and medical care for victims of crime. We're told the funding is expected to help thousands in the upstate.
These funds go toward projects that serve victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, child abuse, human trafficking, and more. We have emergency shelters and transitional housing for victims of domestic violence and human trafficking. Those victims have to have somewhere to go, and this funding helps in that.
We're told the grants come from federal and state funding and were approved by the Public Safety Coordinating Council earlier this year. Projects are expected to begin October the 1st.
Now to continuing coverage. It's been almost a year since Hurricane Helen hit the southeast. Many in our area are still rebuilding. Our Ariana Meadows explains how organizations in Anderson County are teaming up to help.
If you take a look behind me, you can see contractors fixing the roof and adding siding. This is a disabled veteran's home, which was destroyed by Hurricane Helen last year.
The wind howling around the house while I was in here, couldn't even see outside across the street.
The wind swept siding off of Richard Kisker's house. Shingles were ripped off. The roof was damaged. He says it was hard to watch the home he's owned for 35 years become unrecognizable.
It makes me feel vulnerable, you know, that something like this can happen. Got to look out for everything.
Thanks to funding made available by South Carolina Housing Trust Fund with Disaster Assistance Program, Kisker can feel safe again. With this funding, Rebuild Upstate and other partners are saving homes.
Those funds allow us to help homes that have any kind of storm-related damage, not just related to Hurricane Helene. So Rebuild Upstate is a recipient of those funds, and we're able to spend those in Anderson County and the city of Greenville.
To qualify, you must be a homeowner in those areas.
You must be 80% of the area median income or below. One person who owns their home in Anderson County must earn $48,800, no more than that. And then someone in the city of Greenville would need to earn, a one-person household, $54,150.
Kisker is a disabled veteran that has gotten work done on his house before. This project is equally life-changing and is something he says he couldn't have done alone.
And being on Social Security too, it doesn't go too far.
But the offer only lasts for so long. Rebuild Upstate says they need people to apply for this assistance program as soon as possible. To do so, go on our website at WSPA.com. In Piedmont, Ariana Meadows, 7 News.
Thank you. A 7 News update. Spartanburg City Council has voted to move pieces of the iconic clock tower to a new location. 7 News' Julia Keener spoke with city leaders about the plan and some residents who say they're not ready to let it go yet.
After months of debate, time has run out for the clock tower in downtown Spartanburg. City Council voted to tear it down, but plans to preserve some of its more iconic pieces.
I think their minds were made up before they walked in there.
In a 4-2 vote Monday night, City Council decided the clock face and inner workings will go on display inside the new City County building. City Manager Chris Story says moving the clock tower as is would have cost the city around $900,000. And funds for the Morgan Square redevelopment project would have to be cut back. Story says he hopes residents will see this as a decision made with the next generation in mind, just like the past generations made decisions that shape the city we know today.
We think it's a positive step for the community to bring that history into this significant new building, and at the same time make it so our main street is as vibrant and lively as it has ever been by restoring that block.
We're told work will start in the coming weeks, but shouldn't cause major traffic issues downtown. In Spartanburg, Julia Keener, 7 News.
And council members voted last night for the clock tower pieces to be on display in a plaza within the new City Council building to make sure it remains accessible. You may not know it when you look at the road signs along South Carolina highways, but they're made by inmates in the state prison system.
7 News' State House reporter Caroline Jaffa shows you this is a win for taxpayers and inmates.
Behind these prison walls, inmates make things we use every day on the road while learning skills they can use in life after prison. 30 inmates at a maximum security prison in Columbia make all 800,000 license plates issued each year in South Carolina.
They go from station to station. One guy may be cutting stop signs today. He may be working on the CNC machine tomorrow or the plasma cutter. But it's all about learning and moving to different areas in the plant.
They also build road signs, operate laser cutters, and use other high-tech machines as part of their daily workload. The Department of Corrections says each project teaches inmates real-world skills, from manufacturing and design to communication and teamwork, all while producing things people need across the state.
Without them, we wouldn't have an opportunity to meet the customer demand.
And on top of that, work cranks into high gear in emergencies.
Well, we several years ago, the state was devastated with flooding, right? You had dams break, the roadways done. We worked in this plant 36 hours straight, building signs for DOT and DMV, Highway Patrol, telling people stay out of the deep water, just so the state would have enough signs to keep the people safe.
But the goals are to produce great work for people in South Carolina, but also set these inmates up for future success after prison.
A lot of people forget that the #1 priority is to eliminate recidivism. And the only way you eliminate recidivism is to give them good quality work all day long, and then to make sure that the quality work is fulfilling.
What these guys do relates right back to when I get out. I'm not coming back. Why? Because I'm going to work. Why? Because I go to work every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. I get off every afternoon, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it teaches them that, right? That's a skill set that we need to teach.
In addition to license plates and road signs, inmates here also take special orders, including college-themed artwork, business signs, and custom furniture for a lower cost. The Department of Corrections says it's a program that benefits taxpayers, trains workers, and gives inmates a real chance at a new start. In Columbia, Caroline Jaffa, 7 News.
Through a partnership with the South Carolina DMV, inmates will soon be making a special 250th anniversary license tag commemorating the Revolutionary War.